Animal Well is a game about a well with animals in it. Thank you for your time. Okay, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to my review, I guess, of Animal Well, a game made by its singular creator, Billy Basso, and the first game published by BigMode, Dunkey's new company. Now, you might be asking, Reversed, what the hell are you doing? This is a JRPG channel. What are you doing talking about a game certified by Dunkey of all people? Someone who has a renowned reputation for despising JRPGs. And to that, I say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Some people within the JRPG community, Twitter users, seem to almost hold a grudge against Dunkey, because, well, he doesn't like the same games they do. But really, Dunkey's just a funny guy being himself online and sharing his honest opinions, which, from first-hand experience, seems to be a crime on the internet in this day and age. He really isn't toxic by any means. Sure, maybe a portion of his fan base are crazy, disrespectful, and think they're way funnier than they actually are. I'm not one to talk, but the same can be said about any group of people. Hell, I bet at least 10% of you guys watching right now are fucking assholes. Long story short, sure, me and Dunkey have vastly different tastes when it comes to games, but this man enjoyed SMT5. So I decided that he can be trusted.
This guy is penis head. Look at this guy, King from Tekken, with a big penis out? Why does he have a penis thing? Why is King from Tekken with a big penis out?
But forget this guy for a second. Let's talk about Animal Well. Now, I'm hardly the most qualified person to talk about the history of Metroidvania games. I've only played like 3 of them by now. But out of those 3, Animal Well was the only one I felt compelled to finish. So that's what I want the focus of this short review to be on. What makes Animal Well so special? And I'll be doing it from the perspective of someone who's mostly only into JRPGs and is fairly new to this genre of game. But only after playing my intro, cause I spent at least a day making it, so I'm sure as shit gonna use it in every goddamn video. You've already seen the title, you know exactly how I feel about this game. But what makes it a masterpiece? That's quite the loaded compliment, isn't it? Simply put, I've never in my life played a game with this many secrets, hidden mechanics, and creative ways to progress. This game has so many obscure solutions to puzzles that lead to hidden rooms and hidden collectibles that you would never in a million years have ever thought existed. And so many vague hints scattered all around the game that all rely solely on the player's intelligence and the attention to the most minor detail to find. This game has so many secrets, it makes Elden Ring look like a fairly straightforward experience by comparison. This game has so many secrets, it's actually ridiculous and a bit overwhelming. So much so that I decided I should stop playing entirely to give my poor brain a break. Animal Well is short but big. Too big even. And I don't mean that literally, it takes like 5 seconds to download. A lot of the times I really wish that there was a way to fast travel, except that there was a way to do that, but figuring that out is also a puzzle. I didn't figure it out until I finished the game, so yeah, way to go there, me. When I say I stopped playing to give myself a break, I mean I stopped my attempt at trying to collect absolutely everything there is to collect, mainly all the hidden Easter eggs scattered all throughout the game. I managed to collect around 40 of them by myself, and I could have sworn I left no stone unturned in this big-ass game, only for the game to go like, nope, there are 20 more eggs left to find. What the fuck do you mean there are 20 more eggs left? Are you out of your mind? Where could they possibly be? But other than that, I did manage to reach the end credits, the first set of them at least. Let's get into why I felt compelled to finish Animal Well. It's namely 2 things. 1, Animal Well has 0 dialogue. It doesn't communicate with the player through voice dialogue or text. It only communicates via visuals or audio cues, which are beautifully done by the way. And number 2, there's no fighting. Now, why would no combat be a good thing? It's normally the bread and butter of any 10 out of 10 game. Well, simply put, 2D combat is almost never that engaging to begin with. It can be a simple kind of fun at times, like in Hollow Knight for example, but combat in Metroidvanias, from what I can tell, is kinda just filler. The other one I played, Bloodstained Ritual, has an incredible art style and is definitely the best looking Metroidvania I've ever seen, but the combat is clunky and traversal, a large part of these games, is an utter chore. At no point have I ever looked at one of these games' combat and thought, wow, I need to play this game right now. It's not the main selling point of any of these games, is what I'm trying to say. I think the reason I was engaged all throughout this game is that Animal Well relies solely on its puzzles for gameplay. Bosses are also puzzles where you have to outsmart the enemy instead of attacking it directly, mainly because you're playing as this pathetic blob thing that can't even be bothered to learn how to double jump. Some of these encounters can get really intense, even some of the regular enemies. My favorite one has got to be these mice-looking enemies. I don't want to spoil how to do it, but figuring out how to outsmart them was such a great feeling. This is where we get to my personal negatives I have with this game and this genre in general. Now, while these bosses offer incredible moments, here's the thing. Not a lot of people like to admit this, but hot take, personally, I don't like being afraid. I don't like horror movies. Jump scares bring me no joy, and I tried playing The Evil Within once and I dropped the game within the first 20 minutes. So, being in constant fear for my life is the last thing I need when I'm trying to solve a goddamn puzzle. Something this game expects you to do multiple times. I don't want to spoil these moments, but I shit you not. Do you see this man? This is Billy. His main purpose in life is to give people heart attacks. Don't be fooled by this man's calm demeanor and his game's cutesy graphics. He's got a vendetta against people not having seizures, I can tell you that much. And lastly, this might be a bit weird considering the genre of game we're talking about here, but I'ma be real. Platforming? Not the biggest fan of those. I don't know, needing to make very precise jumps is not my idea of a good time. And it's really frustrating when you keep failing to make that one really annoying jump and needing to start over. I do realize that this is a me problem though. The 10% of you I mentioned earlier are probably yelling "get good" at your screens right now. Now I'm going to do something different in this review since I'm reviewing something that's out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna give Animal Well 2 separate scores. One representing what I think it deserves, and the other representing how much fun I personally had with the game. I think Animal Well is a 9 out of 10 game. If you're into this genre of game, then no question. I 100% recommend you check this game out. My own personal score, on the other hand, is a 7 out of 10. Animal Well kept me entertained all throughout thanks to its innovative puzzles, its creative level design, and its creative ways to traverse its dungeons. The only reason I deducted points is that I'm keeping it honest and admitting that this isn't by any means my favorite style of game. Nevertheless, it serves as a great palate cleanser and a change of pace in preparation for whatever 50-hour long ass game you're planning to play next. Huge kudos to Billy for crafting this experience. I can tell a lot of passion went into this. And a big thank you to Dunkey for putting eyes on it. I doubt I would have ever given this game a chance if he didn't. We now know that if the names Billy Basso and BigMode are involved, it's probably going to be one hell of a game. Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe if you're into what I do here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.